Hey, this is Mike. Just want to show you this 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland, and it's got two Laredos beside it here, so we can do a little bit of a comparison. I don't want to go into it too much, but it's real easy to see some of the difference. Like, say, the front grille is different. This one has adaptive cruise control, so you can see that there in the center. And on the Overland, you've got a different grille design, no tow hooks. The lights are different. You got some trim around the edges are the same color on here. On the Laredo, they're black. Little things like that. I mean, a lot of little things actually add up. But anyway, check out those awesome wheels. There's the Laredo wheels, and there is 20-inch Overland wheels. So anyway, let's go ahead and check it out. Now, it does have remote start. Here's the key. See, it's got remote start. You can open up the back. So I'm going to go ahead and start it up. Now, you can see these LED running lights right here. Now, in the video, it looks like they're flashing, but it's actually just the camera, the refresh rate of the camera. They look pretty cool. Got an overcast today, so you can see them a little bit better. When it's full sun, it's a little bit harder to see them on the camera. But they look pretty awesome. Alright. This one's got the chrome there on the rear mirror. And it does have a proximity sensor. The key, it's just a fob like this. And you can just have the key in your pocket. I can go ahead and put it in my pocket. And touch the handle. And as soon as I touch the handle, this unlocks. So I can push this button back, and that locks it. But I put my hand here again, it'll unlock. So it has to sense the key, and it senses my hand there. You can't just walk up without the key and open up or anything like that. Now here's the inside of the passenger door. As you can see, it's got a nice dark wood grain pattern here, which is real wood trim. And everything's soft to the touch and really nice. You got your power seat here on the side, and nice seats right here. We've got the embroidering here where it says Overland. These seats are perforated. Alrighty, take a look at the back here. Here's the inside of the back door. You got your cup holder, stuff like that. But you still get the same like wood grade trim, soft touch. You know, they maintain the quality and look in the rear doors as well. And they do have airbags pretty much all the way around. Check out those wheels. I really like those. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use the key. Check out those back lights. I don't know if you can see them on the camera really good, but man, they look cool. You got a nice red glow to them. Can't really, hopefully it picks up on the camera. Speaking of camera, it has a backup camera here. There's a little lens. It has the backup sensors. You can see those little round dots there on the back. You do have a towing hitch already installed. So I'm going to go ahead and use the key and open up this back. This is a four-wheel drive vehicle, by the way. Alright, so it automatically lifts up. On this side, you've got a power supply, a subwoofer right there, and on this side, you've got some places for a cargo net to attach, which is right here. You do have a little flashlight right here, and it does charge while it's in the little spot there. You got some tie down places here as well as back there. Now those seats do fold down, which I will show you. And this handle goes like that and lifts up, and inside here is your spare tire. But you do also have these little bins right here. You see those handles on them because they are removable. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. And they can lift them up, you can dump them, you take them out, and all that good stuff. So pretty neat. Pretty neat feature to that way you can store stuff in there and it's completely out of your way. And if we want to close the back, we've got some like metal protection here for when you're loading stuff. But if you want to close the back without the key, you can just push this button here and it'll beep a couple times and then it'll close down. So that way it gives you time to get out of the way. It will, if your arm or if your body was in the way when it was coming down, it will stop and go back up. But you definitely want to make sure your fingers are out of the way. It's still enough pressure to, you know, hurt your fingers or something. If it, you know, if you're especially a child or something, leave their fingers there. So that's something you got to watch out for there. All right, it does have the luggage rack on top, and I'm noticing that the Overland has a little antenna there that's the same color as the vehicle. On the Laredo, which is right here, you see it's black. So just give you an idea of what the back of the Laredo looks like. And then the back of this vehicle, the Overland. So anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and go to the back door. And as I showed you, just the same as the other side. You've got the wood trim and everything's soft to the touch. You got some stitching, nice big speaker there on the door. And here's the perforated seats here in the back, which are heated. You've got your climate control vents there, 2 USB charging ports, your heated seat buttons, and also a 110 AC outlet. So that's handy. This does fold down, and you have an armrest with cup holders. And also I can fold these seats down like so. So you just use that button, lift it up, whole thing just comes right on down, and you have almost a flat surface here in case you need to carry something bigger than expected, like say you're going to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, and you pick up something and you want to put it in the back and not pay the delivery charge. You've got a little bit extra room there, and you can fold down one seat in case you have something. You can still have a passenger, or you can have just cargo space or a combination. Now right up here is the front, and so you can see here on the front door you've got the power seat here with lumbar support, and you can set your seats. You preset your seats, and it will sense which key. When you preset your seat, it'll remember which key you have, so when you get in and use that key, it goes to that particular key. So that's really convenient. So you've got your power windows, power door locks. You also have you can adjust your side mirrors, your heated side mirrors, and you see that little triangle on the side mirror. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. That little side mirror triangle, see that? Anyway, that will alert you if there is a vehicle in your blind spot when you turn your turn signal on. So that's a really helpful feature. It's on both side mirrors, by the way, and also I can fold them in with this button right here. It won't do it with the door open, so I'll have to show you that in a second. Alrighty, we do have automatic headlights and tons of features on the inside of here. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in. And since I use the remote start, I still have to push this button here in order to activate all the accessories and stuff. So alrighty, so this does have a little joystick thing for moving the steering wheel in and out, as well as up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and move it a little bit. That's awesome. Alright, this whole thing is awesome. Where do I start? Check out the steering wheel. I'll start with that. You got nice leather wrapping. It looks like hand stitched leather wrapping, really cool. And then you have this wood up here, which is real wood, and it's pretty comfortable too. And the whole steering wheel has a this is heated, by the way, the steering wheel. The whole steering wheel has like a feel to it and a thickness that's really comfortable when you're driving, especially on like on a long trip. The thickness of the steering wheel doesn't, if it's too thin, it kind of digs into your hand, but this just has a really good feel to it. And this has a coating over the wood that really kind of grips your hand. It's really good. So anyways, all right, on the steering wheel, you notice there's like tons of buttons here. So some of these buttons, these right here, are for your cruise control. So you might recognize, you know, your cruise control. You turn it on, you can set it, you can go faster, slower, you can resume, or you can cancel. Now below here, this is your normal cruise control settings. These right here are for your cruise control, but for your adaptive cruise control. So you can turn that on here, and you can set your distance, closer, which is here, or further away from the car in front of you. And so it's one of them things where you have to you know, get behind a vehicle, go ahead and set it and see, and just kind of get an idea of, depending on your speed and everything, how you want to set that. On this side we have you see these arrow buttons and an OK button. Well, that corresponds to this nice big screen we have in the middle that you can scroll. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down like that, and you can see the big, you can have the speedometer, digital speedometer. You can go in and set up different things. You can have messages. This tells you what radio you're on. You can have different trips and average miles per gallon. There's your like your fuel economy, your range, and you can talks about your adaptive cruise control settings here. It'll tell you what kind of you know, terrain setting you're in, which this is talking about this for your four-wheel drive, and your tire pressure and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Now when you get into like a mode like this is in speedometer mode, right? Well, you can I'm going to go ahead and push the right arrow, and it'll change the way the speedometer looks. So I can change it to different, to where it looks like that or that. So right there, it kind of looks like it's one of the gauges, but it's actually a screen in there. So I think it's pretty cool. Now at the top right, you see this little S. That's telling you that you're facing south. It's a digital compass. On the left hand side, you can see it's 64 degrees outside. So there's your digital temperature. And then you've got your gas gauge, your temperature gauge, your RPMs, stuff like that. So now there's some more stuff here on the steering wheel. This right here is for answering your phone through the Bluetooth system in the Uconnect. So basically, you just pair your phone. It only takes a minute to pair it, and then once it's paired, if you're driving down the road and you want to make a call, or if you'd like to answer, all of a sudden your phone rings, you'll hear it through the sound system of the vehicle. You push this button and just start talking to whoever is on the phone. That way you don't have to take your hand off. You don't have to dig through anywhere to find your phone. You don't have to pick up your phone. You can keep your hands right on the steering wheel, answer your phone, and you can also push this button, which is a voice recognition button, and you can push that and interact with the computer system here in the vehicle. So, and then you can hang up here. So that's pretty cool. You notice these little things here, plus and negative. These are paddle shifters, so you can shift up and down on your automatic transmission if you'd like to. So, like if you need going downhill or whatever, you need downshift, you can do that as well. Now on the back of the steering wheel, just below those paddle shifters, I'm going to turn the climate control off because it's getting a little bit cold in here, and I'll make sure that it doesn't blow on the camera to interfere with it. But anyway, right back here, you see this little up and down toggle type button. Well, while your hand's on the steering wheel, you can turn your volume up and down on this side, and on this side you can change stations. So like say I can change it to different stations. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, so I'm go ahead and move on to the actual Uconnect system itself. It's basically a computer, and it's a touchscreen computer. This one does have navigation. Like I said, you can pair your phone. There's no one paired now. You can go to navigation. You can put an address. You can view the map. There's tons of features in the navigation system. But I'm just going to go ahead and view the map so you can just get an idea, see what it looks like. Your climate control settings, you can see those there. It does have a heated and cooled seats, and you have dual climate control here. And you can also, I mean, you can access a lot of that stuff for down here too, your dual climate control, your fan speed and all that stuff. But there's you know, a little bit more options on the screen here. Push controls, here's your heated and cooled seats here. Your heated steering wheel, your dimmer mirror, you can turn that on or off. Here is your media, your external like auxiliary media controls here. So like say you can pair your phone with the system as well as talk on the phone, but you can also play music or audio off of your phone onto your system. Now you do have auxiliary and SD port and a USB port, which is down here in there. So I mean, you can put a good size SD card in there, use it to store songs or whatever on it, and so that's convenient. And then you got your radio, satellite radio. You do have 1 year free satellite radio when you buy a new vehicle. And your Uconnect apps. Let's see here. Let's ignore that for now. Tons of stuff you could do with the Uconnect. You can turn the vehicle into a Wi-Fi hotspot. All kinds of cool stuff. I mean, there's tons of videos that, up on YouTube, and also like Chrysler and stuff, and Jeep.com, showing you all the different features, and they're always adding to this, so it's a pretty neat thing. It is a paid subscription based system, so there's some stuff that you can have if you want, and you can not have if you don't want it. So anyways, pretty neat. And you got your temperature, interior temperatures for right and left side, your passenger driver. There's your little clock there in the middle. There's a digital compass, and there's your outside temperature. And check out the dash. It's got the nice stitching on there. This does have the auto dim mirror as well as auto dim headlights. Nice big place to put your sunglasses, and it's padded in there. You got some tap lights. That's more like a flood right there. This is more of a spotlight. And you do have some garage door controls here. And this does have a panoramic sunroof, so it's like huge. It's like similar to like 2 sunroofs. And right now it does have the shade, which is already back. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the vent button, and you see what it does when I push that. I can close that, and I can move it back like this. There's a little net there, I guess that's for bugs or whatever. I can close that. And I could also close the shade, so I can go ahead and push that button. And you can put the shade halfway back or all the way back, whichever you prefer. But once you close it, it's just like completely just like you didn't have a sunroof. So that way, if you just kind of don't want to have the sun on, you can have it just like that. Here's your visor. It's got lights and a mirror, and then that's the same thing on the other side. Alright, there's your shifter. Now this shifter is kind of different. It's electronic shifter, so you just kind of bump it like that in reverse. And you can see now that when I put it in reverse, you can see the backup camera come on the screen. Now when I turn the steering wheel, I'm turning the steering wheel. As you can see, as I'm turning it, it will change my trajectory. so that way I can just get a kind of visual reference on where the vehicle is going to go as I back up with the steering wheel in that position. So I think that's pretty cool. And you can see everything's kind of stretched out because there's a wide angle lens to try to give you a really good view of what's behind you. So the shifter's, you know, like a bump system type thing, and it's not like you're actually moving it and it stays there, it just kind of bumps it. There's your cup holders. Now here's how you control your four-wheel drive system. You've got different presets as far as snow, sand, stuff like that. You can leave it in auto, which a lot of people recommend, and you can have four-wheel drive low, your downhill descent. Now the downhill descent is, I don't think it's made for like dry pavement. I think it's for if you're going downhill and maybe some loose gravel or some rocks or something, maybe even mud, then you would push that, and that helps you can maintain your traction while you're going downhill, and also maybe you're not picking up too much speed. Here's your center console. This is a two-part console. The first part is a shallow padded section here, and then you push the other button. See, there's two buttons here, and inside here is more padded storage space. Now you do have a power supply in there as well, and there's a little light. Can't really see it now, but at nighttime it'll show up really good. Here's your glove compartment. It is padded and it's compartmentalized, so you have some room up there as well as down there, and it's pretty good size. And I like the way it just kind of slowly comes down. Alrighty, there's probably a ton of stuff that I skipped over because this vehicle has so many features, and it's probably one of the longest videos I've ever made, but I want to make sure that all the features at least touched upon, or at least you can see them in the video, even if I skipped over them. Anyway, my name is Mike. If you're interested in this vehicle, you'd like to take it for a test drive, please let me know, and my phone number and email address will be in the description. See you next time.